Don't forget, we all have that free advantage that Scott gave us. Well, Scott didn't give it to us, but chat gave us a free advantage for us to choose to use whenever.
All of us?
Towards the end, during last session, because I don't think any of us used our Winifred's Wisdom.
He just left.
He said, "I'm starting," and then he walked away.
Okay, bye.
Are we?
Oh,
Can
we're
people see
live.
us and
Hi,
hear us?
chat.
Yeah, chat can
hey,
see us.
everybody.
I'm just trying to figure out why Scott just disappeared. My hair's wet.
Who knows?
Anyway, I guess today's show is brought to us by us as the DMs and the PCs. So guess what happened? We are about to discover every little secret within the temple safely and getting out safely with nobody dying. Elijah, you're awake now. Smelling salts magically floated in the air to your nose, and you're awake. How do you respond? How do you react? What do you say to Rena?
I like the idea better that it's actually all a dream sequence that Ophios is having, and Yondis is still alive, and we're all still together, and we're level 5 again, and we're just hanging out with
we're in Momly,
Laszlo
like
and
doing
everyone,
shit
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
We
walk in and Ophios is
from
like,
the drugs when we walked in.
Oh, we come back and we're in the
Oh
drug
my
place.
God.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. It's been.
It's Rena's dream
It was
because
in
she
the-
got
it's my
addicted to
dream.
drugs, remember?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yes, of course.
It's a hell of a fever
course.
dream,
Ugh.
guys.
All right, let's just change the scene so we're back there. Do you guys know how to modify this? No.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
trying
well.
to figure that out.
How to change?
All I see are these orc things and a platypus. Because that's what that looks like to me. A platypus.
Are you referring to that strange-looking shape? That's like to the
That's-
right of the to the
the
right of
orc?
this like
That's a very
tiger?
compacted mountain cat.
No. The darker looking tiger icon that he had used.
They're
before, not
both
the
just
light one.
compressed
The
mountain
darker
cat.
one looks like a platypus to me, and the other one looks like just a really weird object.
No one can see it.
Oh, look who's back.
Oh wow, look at
changed?
that. He changed his shirt.
Hi.
Why did he do
Scott,
that?
we
got all dressed up for
we
chat.
made it out of the temple already, and Elijah got
No.
awoken.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I
if
have
you made
one
it out
where
of the
going.
temple, tell me who Jen Malice is.
Very nice man who did a lot of good stuff for us.
The ghost
He-
guy that we
he
met
is
and got the
he
treasure
is
chest
the
from.
original Loper god that trained them and taught them all they know and told them to infiltrate Peredhel.
He's a Pokemon.
William must be drunk because he's asking for Tyler to get a flying carpet from Eberron.
What?
Is that a yes?
It's William's birthday. He must be
Happy
drunk.
birthday.
Oh, Josh is
Rena's
here.
birthday.
Oh, can somebody explain to Josh how he needs to set up a betting pool for people to bet in a certain number of daddies for who's going to survive the temple or die in the temple or whatever it is. And then when the temple is over, we get to see who wins and who loses their daddies. Cool.
Also, did you give Rena her birthday thing?
My birthday thing.
Rena's
her-
birthday thing.
Remember her birthday in game. You give PCs something.
Oh, you
for
guys
their
are in the
birthday.
temple. You can't get anything until you leave the temple.
Oh, okay.
You guys are going to
So
come
we
out
have
of the
to
temple.
survive
And Cadis comes back with like a card and some flowers.
just randomly. What is this? I don't know.
It's like, oh, I got it from Hallmark.
No. Here's what
a
would be
clearance
really.
section.
like, what is
Here's
that?
what would be really funny to address some issues that have come up lately is he sends an unsolicited erotic message.
Oh my god, that would be a Cadis thing.
What?
What?
How is, the guy's lawful
What are
good.
you talking
Oh
about?
The
yeah,
guy's
wait, he's a
lawful
good
good.
guy. I forgot. Sorry.
All right,
He's like
fine. He has
triggered this
handcuffs.
not
He has
like-
handcuffs on it when he sends it.
Oh, there you
like
go.
What do you? What?
Actually,
We
no,
made
that's
it
more of
lawful.
a-
He arrested it for
That's a
sending the
Laszlo
picture.
thing.
I'm just
Laszlo would've
saying,
done that.
the only good, truly go ask the only good person you've met in this campaign, not all the campaigns, that you come across, he's lawful good, and you're like, oh yeah, he's totally throwing in like anal jokes. Like what? Well, I'm not saying he can't be into that, but it's not the right moments. You know what I mean? He's got to, right?
Can be.
He hasn't done the awkward joking first, right? He hasn't gone there yet. Like, no, I'm just kidding. You know, come on. He's gonna follow the rules.
He's gotta follow the rules.
Yeah, that's why he arrested it.
He's changing the rules.
Oh God.
Who determines what lawful is? Maybe he changed what lawful is. The laws show that's what you're supposed to do.
So before we jump back into the temple like we always do, whoa,
Yeah, I gotta go get my pizza.
My bet is on Ophios. I was gonna say, hey, Snaga.
Ophios, what?
Snaga,
Dying, probably.
I don't know if you guys wanted to meet Mycin the Tender. That's right, DJ Mycin in the house. Woohoo! Hey guys. Oh!
Drake?
I'm so sorry.
Have you heard his new song? It's so bad. It came out today. It's
Yeah,
fucking
I did.
terrible.
I heard it
Oh
last
my
night.
God.
I was listening to it.
It's so fucking bad.
Sorry. I knew Tyler had to walk off as soon as we went live, so I was like, I'll just be funny. Just wasn't that funny.
What did I miss?
Trust
We
me.
talked about Drake.
Nothing.
Drake Ramore?
No.
No, I'm a doctor.
Oh,
Who's
Dr.
Drake
Dre?
Ramore?
He doesn't get it.
Who just play D&D? Actually, I can't, so I don't care.
Why
Whatever
can't you
want.
play D&D?
He's like, do
I'm
what you want.
unconscious.
He's literally in a coma. I'm sorry.
What happened to your character?
I walked in a
I
room I
pushed him
wasn't
into a
supposed to. And the room said, whack.
So, do you really not know who Dr. Drake Ramore is?
100% have no clue who Dr. Drake Ramore is.
He was Joey Triviani's acting job on Days of Our Lives. That was the name of that doctor.
It's the show
Friends.
within a show.
So when the show, so when Joey, the character, went to be a character, gotcha.
Yeah, he was Dr.
I
Drake
hate when TV shows
Ramore
do
on
that.
Days of Our Lives.
Brittany might be able to figure that out. I would never. I like Friends, but not that much. Friends is like a mediocre show that made you laugh from time to time. Like I'm not one of those people that's like Friends is the greatest show ever. That's Hamilton, clearly. So let's continue. So
Hold on, we have an important question that needs to be addressed.
Oh,
Why
sorry.
is Tyler's hair so flat? It's because I took a shower and it's wet.
do you want the odds 1-for-1? I don't understand how odds
50-50 shot that we get out. Is that what it is?
listen, I 100 like I'm not joking. I don't understand how gambling works. So like
What-
Messi
what do
started
you
asking
think are the
questions about
odds?
house, and I was like, I don't know. Josh, you know the odds as well as anybody. You've been here before, so I don't know. They were
I think
talking
Josh is
about
suggesting
they were
one
talking
for
about
one,
fighting bets. They were talking about horse racing
Horse
bets, and they were talking about like
fighting bets.
like I don't understand how
fighting
betting
bets.
works.
So, the way
Sorry,
Scott put it is he wanted to have multiple categories within a pool
I don't know. Listen,
of like
what you
one
think is
person
fun.
making it out and it's this person, this one person making it out, it's this person, one person making it out and it's this person, versus all of them making it out, all of them dying, two of them making it, and these two.
Hold on, Tyler. I don't get anything. It's chat betting against each other. It's like a bet. It's like if 10 friends went to Steve's house and everybody brought $50, but then at the end of the night, people walk away with a different amount of money based off of how it goes. Like there is no house, right? There's no like casino. It's just like a bunch of people put into a pool, and then based off results, that pool gets divvied up. Many people
Right, so-
lose, some people win.
So it's
So
pool
if someone
betting.
puts, yeah, sounds like it. If someone puts $1 million on what's all making out, and then one person puts $1 down, do you just want that person who puts the $1 down to win, or does it have to be an equal bet? Like, what do you like? You said 50. Everyone
there
brings
has
in
to
50
be
and
there
you're-
has to be a equal ante if you play a pool
Yeah.
bet.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So we're doing a
I
pool
don't-
bet. I'm just making sure.
Maybe
So
not
there's
an
a minimum bet then.
Maybe not an equal ante. Maybe if it is disproportionate, it just has to be easy math. Like, oh, the minimum buy-in's 2,000, but like then you can increment up from there. Like, oh, there's a 2,000, there's a 4,000, there's a, you know. But again, maybe I'm just making it complicated again because Messi's rolling his eyes and saying, "Okay, boomer." So,
Josh says I got it, so let's just let Josh
Yeah.
do it.
all right.
It's got to be an equal bet, Scott, if you're going to do a pool bet.
Like I said, I don't understand gambling. I don't get it. I would just rather bring money to my friend's house and have one of my friends walk away with my money after I go, I know how to play cards.
Yeah.
Because then if
I
you
feel
play
bad.
pool betting, they can bet however they want, but it like there's a lot of really weird intricacies depending on how you do it.
He's got it. Let Josh get it.
Josh
He's
got it.
Yeah, the closest thing I know to pool betting is when people bet on pool. Like, bet you $10 you can't
you
win the
mean
next
billiards?
rack. Yeah, pool.
Yeah, pool.
All right, you guys
We're
ready? You
outnumbered.
guys ready to go?
I mean, shit, we
I
have
suppose
not
so.
started yet. We're only half an hour late. Let's go.
I mean, I blame Messi for that.
All I remember
Let's
is
do the whole time.
Rena
I
is
was first one
currently
here.
carrying Elijah, and we made it to this crevice, and we were gonna move forward in this direction.
Yep. So I think you guys kind of came back to the beginning area.
Yep.
Beginning area, and you're gonna start moving down from there. Is the music too loud? If so, please somebody let me know. Otherwise, let's keep going. So,
Hold on, do we have the map for this level? Because I want to see where we've
Nope.
already gone, or can I move around to where we've already gone?
there is technically a
We've been on
way.
the outside.
There is a way to do. Give me 1 second, because I've never actually played with this new feature on Roll20, just because I haven't had time. Dynamic lighting. You could turn on Explorer mode. Reveals areas of the map that the players have already explored. Currently, dynamic lighting is turned off. Explorer mode turned on.
Because it would
Adds
be
light to the
it
whole
would be
page.
nice to see where we've already been.
Let's try. Oh, I did
Oh.
that.
It's all right. I didn't get anything from it, but it showed all of it for like a millisecond.
I have it covered on my side. So
Oh,
Yeah,
do your
I'm gonna
characters?
minimize mine.
You know what it is? Is I turned on the new dynamic lighting, and the problem with the new dynamic lighting is your characters don't have vision on the new dynamic lighting, which is super annoying. Rena, you're a Perrin, right? So
Uh-huh.
you have night vision anyways,
Yeah.
and the night vision distance is supposed to be what, 60 feet?
I think so.
OBO says
Dark vision?
Well,
Let me see what it says.
Okay, and then same thing for Ophios. It's because I turned on the new dynamic lighting to make that
Oh,
work.
60 feet, yeah.
All right, 60 feet. All right. So now I'm going to drag your characters to where you've already been before to make this work. I also need to drag in Elijah because he's gone.
Elijah is like on top of one of us.
Oh, there he is.
I'm under Ophios. Yeah.
Technically speaking, you don't have night vision, do you?
I'm unconscious. I can't see anything.
But you're human, right?
He's human.
Yeah, I don't have night vision. Yeah.
Okay, you don't have dark vision. Cool. So then I need to, we have to technically add lighting, which I'm just going to add to this map because why wouldn't I? Just makes things easier. So let's turn on dynamic lighting. Just have to add on the new one.
Hmm.
Here. And okay. So I should make that work. Cool. Now I'm just going to grab Ophios and move him around real quick.
That's fine. I have the screen hidden, so if you accidentally take me somewhere.
Nope.
else.
Nope. You're going to go exactly where you're supposed to go. Sorry, everybody. Just because I updated to the new lighting source.
My pizza's still really hot, so I'm just pulling cheese off of it and eating it.
And do you see how this is working, Tyler? How it's giving like that new updated way of making sure you can see everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's their new way of doing it. But this is only working for you. I haven't done the other characters yet.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that.
It is cool. I agree with you. It's just a pain when you have to transition campaigns you're already in the middle of to doing this.
Yeah.
All right. And then same thing for Rena. I just got to do the same thing for her real quick. I'm just going to bring her and Elijah at the same time. Now that I know it's working, no problem.
Rena did get closer to that doorway than I did because she grabbed Elijah. So
I don't know which door you're referring to.
right here.
Oh, that's fine. I think you actually did get a glimpse inside there really quickly.
I actually just stood like right here-ish was like the closest I got. So I think the angle you did was just right for me. Rena was just significantly closer because she had to pull him out of there. What?
All right.
So she was like
So
right
only Rena and Elijah actually saw inside there, right?
correct.
Okay, I'll take care of that real quick. So we'll put, technically Elijah went inside here really quickly and then left. Rena will put inside here really quickly and then leave. And then we'll move that back over here. Put you guys inside here, leave. And then we're just about done, everybody. Sorry for this and be patient on it. Sorry about that. And it's back here, and then put Rena inside here for a second, and then leave. She got a better angle than what's his face. All right, and that actually kind of completes the map for what it is that they've seen before and where it is that they have not gone yet. So that does answer the question for Tyler, and this does help everybody kind of see the map a little bit easier. It is the cool new updated version of Roll20. I just didn't update the maps to that yet. So hey, look, it's done now. Y'all happy? It was worth our little trip for a second there. All right, so I'm just going to read what Josh wrote in chat real quick for those that are lurking and not necessarily reading chat. It says, oh, hi, Dirty Hobo. It says, hey, everyone. So you have a unique opportunity. Message me on Discord who you think will die in Regicide tonight, or not necessarily tonight, in the temple, in case it takes more than just one night. It's a bet pool. So you can put down 100 daddy increments, and the winners will split the pot based off of the percentage rounded down. That makes perfect sense. That's what I meant. Thanks, Josh. You're brilliant. If you don't message me, it doesn't count. You have 1 hour to bet. That's brilliant. So we might have to occasionally ping that to happen. So I don't know if other people want to like copy and paste that every once in a while, so it's not always Josh saying it. Maybe, I don't know. And let me just throw this inside here, and then let's get back to the actual goddamn campaign, because that's why we're all here tonight. Discord. Cool. All right. You guys ready? I'll leave it to you.
Ready as I will be.
PCs, take it away.
If I remember right, this last time we were talking about moving this direction.
Which
Hey,
direction?
Sorry.
We wanted to avoid. I think we got to this point, and Ophios will just go, Rena, what happened to Elijah?
Oh yeah, that's where we were. Yeah, he seems fine and he seems stable, but I think he might be in a coma.
How? Did something hit him? What happened?
It was that room. I can't really explain what it was about it. Some sort of time magic, I guess, that affected him. I could feel it kind of affecting me, but instead of going in, I used
Common sense.
my weapon, I think,
brain.
to pull him back out. Yeah, I didn't go in the room, but I could tell that I shouldn't go in there. I thought it was just because it was a barrier, but it seems to be more than that.
It affected you how? Was it just a feeling? Was it in your mind? Was it?
I just
Did it
felt
affect
like
your physical being?
I just felt like I wasn't the one to go in there.
Now, Ophios has never been the first person to try to walk into a room yet, I believe. So Ophios
Correct.
has never had that moment of, I shouldn't be here. Ophios hasn't
Oh,
experienced that yet. Elijah had.
Right. Elijah had twice now.
Mm-hmm.
And Arena's felt it once now.
Just once, yeah.
It's almost as if maybe they're traps, maybe it's something more.
Scott, how much was I able to understand about that room just by seeing it and seeing what happened to Elijah? Because I'm still on that limitless, like, right?
Unfortunately, nothing. Yes, you are, but unfortunately, that room gave you no insight as to what it was that caused that. And his reactions, because his back was to you, especially, had no insight as to what it was that could have caused that.
And could I pick up on what kind of room it was? Like what was in the room?
Remember, there was the stone tables that look like would be for like bodies. You know what I mean? Like if it was almost like a morgue. You can imagine.
Okay. I think we should avoid that room.
I agree. But I want to know what to do with Elijah. Carrying him is going to be hindrance, but I don't want to leave him anywhere. If we encounter trouble, you're going to be limited having to carry him. And if we encounter any more those creatures, or if those creatures are still about, if we leave him, they'll grab him and he'll never come back.
I mean, at least according to Salant, we should be okay against those things for now. But what we really need to do is figure out where he's going to be on this floor. What was his next move from the first floor? He said they stayed the night on this one?
He did say that. Perhaps if we wait by these stairs, we can encounter him.
It's worth a shot.
Obviously, given that he knows us. Wonder how hesitant he'll be. He
That's
did
if he-
charm me downstairs before.
But that was before he remembered you. Or that was before he realized the time loop thing.
Correct, but still, that the fact that he knew me perhaps was the reason why.
Well, and finding out that he was the one who basically told the commander about you definitely doesn't give me a lot of confidence in being able to, I don't know, get too much more information out of him. We'll just do what we can with him.
Perhaps we wait here until he appears. But keeping our wits about us.
How long has it been since we last saw him, Scott?
It's been probably since you came upstairs because you didn't spend too much time. It's probably been about 20 minutes, which you know beforehand it was taking about 15 before he'd dropped down again.
Before he had dropped down at the front. Of
Yeah,
the...
from like when you didn't see him till you did see him again, because like he like talked to you for a while, then go upstairs. About 15 minutes after that, you would see him like reappear again. So it's been about 20 minutes and you haven't seen him yet.
We'll wait another 10 minutes or so for him. And
Okay.
if we don't see him, we'll have to move on.
Fair. I want to stick nearby, but I kind of want you to interact with him. If he recognizes and knows me for me, perhaps he'll encounter you differently, and you can question him about Elijah and his unconsciousness. I'm merely going to stand out here and try and hide.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so you're just gonna stay like right outside there and just kind of like look about and see if anything, just in case, so on and so forth. Cool.
Yep.
I appreciate that, sir. And so you do that, and you allow about 10 minutes to pass with you kind of like lying, crouching, and her maybe occasionally checking Elijah to make sure that his condition stays the same, that he's plateaued, which he has. And 10 minutes pass. He has not arrived again.
So far with where I've seen Salant, or where we've run into Salant, I've been able to, can I like piece together like how he's moved through this temple up until the point before he goes up, or can I not? From what I know.
Yeah, not 100%. You know that he probably went into that pool relatively early on, and then they explored the rest of that floor, and then eventually came upstairs. But you also heard that they fought a bunch of those creatures down on the first floor and stuff like that. So you know that they were down there for a while. You just don't know how long.
It's been 10 minutes, Reno. What do you want to do?
Meaning probably in total it's been about half an hour.
Since we last saw him.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to say where he would have gone before going to this floor, like what they would have been doing. They were fighting those creatures for who knows how long, and then stayed the night on the second floor. If we have a chance of running into him here, I feel like we should. Plus, it may not be a good idea to... I don't know.
My thought is we found the stairs up before. Perhaps we move ahead and see what's in this one room, and then make our way around.
Oh, the last room that we haven't looked in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do that.
So we head like down this hallway.
Sure. And you can move Elijah, sir, to make it easy for them.
So we move into this room.
Mm-hmm. And as I said beforehand, you guys are actually making it so that that place right there, as I was making, you guys can actually see that this area was at one point in time full of a lot of supplies. Have since been depleted. You can see little bits of like area where there would have been like a grain of rice or something like that left behind, long since like kind of hardened and turned to something that has inedible. You know what I mean? Like this place is completely barren of all of the supplies it at one point in time had. So this is mostly empty sacks and empty crates and shelves that have empty jars and whatnot inside them. Nothing that is you find that's usable by any stretch of the imagination sitting there. You do of course see that there is that door that's in front of you. Now, as you can see on the map before you, that door is, you can kind of recall what's on the other side of that door. I almost wonder.
I don't think we would recognize that that's the same room because we went around
so the problem with, that's the problem with this explorer mode is like, I almost like the idea for the sake of Twitch chat, if like I have like an invisible token that travels with you so that chat can see everything that was in the past, but allowing us so that everybody can see everything that's in the past. I'm like, I don't know if I like that. I'm not sure.
I kind of agree with you, and I was going to play it off like I wouldn't know that door goes to that room, so I was actually going to try and open that door.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know if we went in there.
Well, I just don't know if there's a way even to turn off explorer mode for one person or just turn it on for one person. I don't think there is, but it'd be kind of cool if you could. Either way, just something that contemplating. But anyways, I'm sorry, Rena, you just said something.
I was saying, I don't think we went into that room at all, have we?
You have not.
We were on the outside and we went like back into the hall that led.
Correct.
Inside.
But we know that's the room. So us, Meta, know that's the room that Elijah got knocked unconscious in. Me,
to our left.
This one, yeah, over here.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about
No. This one, meta-wise, I know that that's that room, but I don't think my character, even though he has a high intelligence, would recognize based on the spatial awareness that room was the exact same room that Elijah passed out.
And that's exactly my concern, because like your characters would know this right here, like up here, where that is, but your characters might not know where this is spatially and where this is spatially.
Correct.
So that
which
kind
is
of
why
me.
I said I was going to try and open this door, Scott.
Sure. First door is you
My
guys.
character won it.
Would
Yes,
I
Rena?
have known? Would I have realized that? Like that's probably...
So remember, your character's not necessarily more intelligent. Your character's more aware and has a stronger memory. You can recall everything perfectly that you've experienced in the past. So that being said, I would actually allow you, Rena, to roll an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay.
I'd say no. You wouldn't necessarily recognize that was the same exact room. Maybe you're distracted at the moment, or maybe Rena herself is just not that spatially aware because she has limitations as to who she is as a person, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you go over there and you try to grab the door, and Ophios, for the first time ever, make a wisdom save. Well, not ever, but you know, for this situation. So.
Why did my dice not roll?
Oh, by the way, the reason why I'm not eating pizza tonight, chat, is because I literally had pizza and calzone for lunch, so I couldn't have that for dinner too, because you know I am lactose intolerant, so that would just set me on fire. I don't know where your dice didn't roll, but we did see the result. It was a 7. So you reach for the door and you realize, Ophios, you don't think you're the one to open this door. You don't
I'm
think
gonna
it's meant
roll
to be
again
you.
just to test the dice.
Sure.
Now it's not rolling at all.
There
it goes.
There it
Okay.
is.
Okay, that was literally just to see if the dice rolled now. I basically unenabled and re-enabled it.
So he thinks he can't get in.
Yeah, you think you're not meant to be the one to open the door.
Weird. Sorry, I hit it twice. Weird.
What is it?
It's almost as if I'm not supposed to open this door.
I think that's the same room then. Because that's the exact feeling I got before trying to open the door on the opposite side.
Huh. Let me see about this door. Can I roll an Arcana check or anything for that without detect magic? Just think that maybe there's something there.
You could roll a Loper magic.
Okay. Just normal?
Yeah.
Roll 20 is lagging on me.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I'm not clicking it again.
So you don't know for a fact. There's no way that you can know for a fact with the limited amount of knowledge that you have. What you do know is this. With the amount of time that you spent on the first floor in this one, and the description that you've come up with already, with this potentially being a place that's meant to be a training ground or a place for kind of like raring people, right? You're thinking maybe the reason why it's saying you're not worthy is because maybe you haven't experienced of training yourself to be allowed to go inside there. That could be it. It's almost meant to be a safeguard, but maybe you're wrong. Because somebody did say they experienced that on the first floor, so.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if this is really testing whether your mind is capable of handling it, whether you've been trained enough in the ways of their magics to be able to handle that room. And it's protecting that room from being known until you reach a certain level and a certain understanding.
It definitely reinforces the theory that this is where they trained the Lopers, however many there are.
It would make sense, given the magic that we encountered before with my ability to allow stuff to pass through this barrier, have this barrier. And Elijah was capable. Maybe it has to do with the knowledge of magics.
That's why I felt he
But
was the
yet
one to
knocked
open
him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably to his detriment, though, and that's my fault.
Wonder if that has to do with the fact that he doesn't have Loper blood. Your armor has Loper blood, right?
Yes, actually. We infused some of the Loper materials, I guess, with my armor.
Incredibly unsuccessfully, but your characters don't know that.
Just a guess.
Let me touch this door over here. I've already moved by it, Scott.
So you go to reach at that door. Same idea as before. Roll me a wisdom. And no, you can't use one of your old ones.
I wasn't going to.
You reach to the door, and you're allowed to open it. And you do. Allow me to move that layer for you really quickly. And then...
I'm not going to walk in as soon as it's open. It's kind of like I push it open or I pull it open, depending on how it works.
So when you open the door, you look in the room. You see the same room you saw through the cage before. It is just one of those weird mirror egg things that you had seen in the room downstairs. You, of course, still have that energy flowing through over you and around you. You still have the kinetic energy on you. But, or barrier, however you want to call it, on you. By taking a step in, if you were leaning in and looking, as your character very well may do, or even just kind of like looking around the side a little bit, you would see that's the room that had one of those skeletons in it. You're pretty sure as a human. You rolled with disadvantage because you were on the other side of the cage.
I wonder if this is what happened if I failed this check. I wonder if this is one of Salant's allies that we don't see. Rena, this is the room we saw from the outside. There's a body in here. I'm hesitant to enter. It's the one with the egg-shaped mirror, the one I got the magics I have from.
Isn't that like a barrier for you? Do
Yes.
you think it would take it away if you stepped in, or do you think that would protect you?
I don't know. I'm hesitant because obviously somebody got trapped or lost their life in here. I'm not hesitant about the mirror, although does the room floor look different compared to the lower floor?
Yes, because it doesn't have the flower on it.
Yeah. But this is shaped different. And the bars to the outside make it seem like it was A prison. Perhaps this is where the creatures take people. When they
What would
don't
those-
remember, they get lost.
Didn't Salat say something about becoming one of those creatures?
Yes.
And why would the Lopers need a prison if this was their, I don't know, secret temple, I guess?
To train the mind.
Against enemies?
To weed out the weak. That's how we worked. Rena, I would recommend setting down Elijah. Ophios is going to close the door. And Rena, reach and try and open this door. I have obviously opened it. I wonder if the magic re-engages if you try.
She'll go to try to open it.
I just need a wisdom save.
Okay.
Strangely, same as before. You have, I don't know, maybe it's not meant to be you. It's not the first time you've experienced this, of course.
She'll step back and just say, I can't open it. Or I shouldn't.
It is important to note, though, that there was one door so far that, at least one door so far that nobody has to make a roll for.
Wasn't it the
It was
room with the
downstairs.
pool?
No, it actually wasn't downstairs. It was actually the one up here with the kitchen. So it's the one to the south of where you
Oh,
guys are
yeah,
now.
it's this one right here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this door is the same? And I'll try this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to say before Rena did that, Ophios would go to open the door again to see if he has to roll.
Roll, sir. Suddenly, again, you feel like it's not meant to be you that opens the door. But Rena has no problem opening the door down below. Doesn't even feel that moment of hesitation.
Interesting.
Oh, did it change for you?
I can't open it now. Yes, it feels wrong.
Remember, it's not a physical force. It's almost like how the sanctuary spell convinces you that you shouldn't attack this person. It's not a good idea. Like almost like guilt overcomes you. Same idea here. It's almost like you just know. I want to open this door, but I shouldn't. And so you don't.
Okay. And he'll just say, seems this time I shouldn't open the door. Perhaps this is how we avoid what happened to Elijah and harm to ourselves. If we have a feeling that a door shouldn't be opened, we don't open it.
I think Elijah opened that other door, no problem.
He's able to open it. But maybe we just avoid it if it's not necessary.
Yeah. Scott, when we reach for the door, is it just a wave of feeling before like
It's almost like if you imagine like my mic is the doorknob, right? It's almost like as your hands kind of gets here, you start feeling it more and more and more, and then finally you're just like, you know, it's like it hits you like builds up as you get closer and closer and closer. Almost like when you're eating that cookie that you just know you shouldn't. You're just like,
Yeah.
I want to make cookies. Sinatra girl with the gift subs. Hey hey girl. Hey girl.
Oh. Rena. Have you heard the story of Sleeping Beauty?
Who?
Kiss Elijah. He might awake.
Excuse me?
It's a joke.
I know. I thought you were actually role playing. I was like, wait.
I did that for chat.
Oh. She's all like, oh, okay, worth a try. Why don't you kiss him?
Snakes don't kiss.
Oh.
Have you ever seen a snake trying to
We just get down tonight. Get down tonight.
All right, well then.
Anyway.
Messy's like, do I have to be here?
He's like, rocks fall, Elijah dies.
So it seems our option here is we have two choices. That honey liquid in that pool before. Test whether that makes us worthy. Or move ahead, taking the safe and well-versed way. And carrying Elijah along with us.
I don't know. May not be smart to try to test something while we don't have Elijah, at least able to help.
I agree, but I know not how to wake him. As Ophios is actually, when he says that, he's actually just going to reach down and just slap him pretty hard.
I already tried that.
Didn't work. Just hurts.
Scott, what did I? She's gonna think back to the first pool that she went in on the first floor. What, if I remember correctly? I think that I thought that it would be beneficial for him to go in there, but also pretty dangerous. Is that right?
Dangerous because Elijah, you don't know him very well. You know that you don't know which way his mind is going to go, whether or not he actually has sided with you completely. You don't know if he might, with his new insights, find you to be a danger yourself. And if he was to do so, he's so good with magic. If he were to unleash his magics, yes, I know friggin' Messy rolls so poorly it doesn't actually look that way in game, but you know he's so good with magics that if he used to have those kind of insights while wielding that kind of power, that could be a dangerous thing. So it's not that Elijah is like, it would be beneficial for somebody his intelligence to have that kind of insight, but if he were to turn on you for any reason, how dangerous that is. And the meta, the reason why Rena feels this way is because Rena's not trustworthy of everybody. Trusting of everybody. You know?
Sorry, I was trying to change my background and keep clicking stop video. I'm sorry if that messed anything up.
Okay.
No, you're just not very bright. It's okay.
So, to Ophios, she would say, the only idea I have for possibly waking him is taking him to the pool on the first floor.
Funny, I thought of that myself, but how would we keep him from drinking?
Well, I mean, I could carry him in there, but the only problem with that is that what it did to me, I suppose, would only be a fraction of what it would do to him being a magic user. What I'm saying is that he would have the potential to become a lot more powerful. And if he thought either one of us were too, I don't know, volatile, he could turn on us.
Would it? If that's the way you think it might wake him, the question is whether it's worth the risk.
I asked if I could trust him back on the ship on the way over here, and he said I could. I told him that I wasn't sure if I could, and it seemed to upset him a bit.
Would it make it easier if I also entered the water being a magic user? Would you think that us two combined would be able to take it? It's a risk. I would have to remove this barrier to do so, but it would also allow me to concentrate on other things if need be.
So thinking about Ophios going in then, Scott, what would I...
Unfortunately, like, oh, you mean the idea of just you don't know how the magic's mixing and whatnot. You don't know anything about that. But as for Ophios, I mean, Ophios as a person is conniving. Very conniving. He's always looking for his edge. He's always looking to find his way to slither his way into a situation, right? And take grasp of it, have a manipulation or one-up of those around him. However, you also know, as stated last session, by looking at him and whatnot, how he regards you, he trusts you.
Yeah.
He almost leans on you at points. You have no concerns about whether or not his loyalties would be to serve the same loyalties as yours. The two of you have been through too much together, especially recently. Have been through too much together to even be concerned about each other. You're not worried about your own safety in this situation. Maybe his, because you don't understand the magics, but that's not a matter of, that's a matter of ignorance, not a matter of knowledge. Or understanding.
Okay. It could work. And I think that, I mean, if you wanted to, it could be beneficial to you as well. But I'm worried about how much we take from this place. And how much it's taking away from us. Especially the longer we're here.
Most certainly.
I think if you'd want to, it would be fine. And either it wakes him up or it doesn't. And
It's a
worst
risk.
case scenario, you end up thinking the same way that I'm thinking. Probably better.
Hard to say if my body takes the magics like yours. Remember, I am the enemy of the loafers, and who knows what those things hold. This, of course, worked. The glass window, but
I don't think it would be do I think it's like made purposefully to I don't know, go against enemies? It seems more like something that's meant to be helpful and not something that's supposed to be aggressive, I
All
guess.
you've noticed is a huge boon to you.
That's true. If I had to guess, talking to Ophios, that like golden stuff seems a bit more ominous than the pool, in my opinion. But that's just me.
especially since the person in the pool has no control over the gold liquid. It's almost as if this was the bathhouse for the adolescent, and they forced the gold liquid upon them, would be how I saw it.
Well, going back down there would also give us a chance to run into Salant again. Get more answers.
Perhaps.
So then we'll head down.
More time. If you truly believe that it'll wake Elijah, it's worth the risk. At the most, we lose time. Or at the worst, we lose time. At the most, Elijah awakes and we have a fully aware group.
I think it's worth it.
All right, Scott.
So you guys gonna go back downstairs?
Yep.
Okay, 1 second. So more or less take you. I'm gonna fly you over here real quick. Elijah up and over here. You up and over here. So you guys are here really quickly. Yay! Give for me one moment. Yeah, so I'll put you guys there. Let me just drag and drop to this area where you guys actually left off. Yeah, you're in the wrong spots over here. So, unfortunately, your tokens over here probably don't, unless it's on the old format. We're gonna have to see how this one works. This one's in the old format, so you don't remember the whole floor. The one where you actually should know the whole floor, huh?
I
so you
remember.
guys,
I
who
remember.
actually goes downstairs first? I mean, you don't remember.
No,
it's
I'm
not-
saying
it's not the map.
in game my character would remember.
Rena,
In the game,
Ophios would be
you
in the
guys would
map.
know it 100%. Out of game, it's the one that you can't actually see. The
Oh.
dragon. Yeah. So I'm just gonna give you
Ophios
guys a
would be
quick
at
run
the
through.
back. Rena would be leading because it was Rena's idea. So Rena, and Ophios would also have the forethought of if we run into what's his name, he would rather have Rena in front than him.
Okay.
1 second, I'm just fixing this really quickly for you guys. It really doesn't matter all that much. I'm gonna deal with Messy last because he's the least important. So as you guys go downstairs, I need both of you to do me a favor. Make me a wisdom save.
Normal.
Normal, yeah. So Rena did awesome. Tyler, you also did pretty good. Tyler, do you want to roll add to that at all, or are you just 100% happy with how that is?
I'm fine with it being a flat 20.
You don't want to change that at all? Okay. Sorry. There you go. And then there's also the outside, but I don't really care to adjust that. I'll make sure at least one of you guys see it. So it might not be 100% for everybody, but at least for Twitch chat, we can see everything, right? So we're good enough. So you guys are walking down the stairs. You feel strange for a moment. Almost like walking down the stairs becomes difficult for a moment. Almost feels like the air, but no current, but almost like the air like tightens around you, like it's trying to like pull you back, like almost like it's trying to slow you down or stop you. I'm trying to remember experience here. Tyler, I need you to make me a Loper roll.
Normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm locking it.
Okay. So you actually experienced something similar to this before. When you fought the one Loper that was over in the town in Vala, right? There's that one time where like it seemed like inside the room, the building where everybody was, and outside of it were different. There was like a distortion between them. You actually, not when you went upstairs, but as you come downstairs, you feel a slight distortion here too. Almost like you feel like it isn't that the air itself is pulling you or slowing you down or stopping you, like there's a tightness that you eventually do break and walk through. Almost like you realize you are physically slowing down. Things around you are slowing down, right? As you come down to the stairs, you literally see, what's his name? Hell's his name?
Salant.
Salant, thank you. You guys see Salant over in the corner over there, and he's calling out to one of his friends. Don't prepare yourself right there. That's where, and mind you, you've been upstairs for 40 minutes, right? You come downstairs. It's going to appear right there. Just be ready. And he looks concerned, but he still clearly has that look to his face, Rena, that you notice immediately. That says he has already been inside that water, right? And Rena, when you see him, it's almost like he notices you out of the corner of his eye, which notices you out of the corner of his eye means he has full presence of exactly what's over there. So immediately he turns and looks at the three of you and says, he like turns, like his head snaps to your direction, like he expected you to be one of the creatures that he was fighting. And he's like, who are you?
My name is Rena.
Call these creatures. And he stops. Rena. And he looks at the other one next to you as well. Takes a step forward.
Elijah unconscious in her arms, mind you.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Or on her shoulder, however Rena chooses to carry him.
Yep. Under her foot.
Just like
Yeah, just throws him down the stairs.
toss it, just here. He's at the bottom of the stairs.
So he says Rena, and then he stops. So when you say Rena, he stops, like I said, and then he looks at you and says, "This temple isn't yours."
No.
He looks at the two of you. He's waiting.
Can he see me?
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're
Okay.
sitting next to me.
just as you can see him, right? Yeah.
Ophios.
Remember,
is,
he has like like Rena has right now.
Yeah. Ophios is straight up just going to pull his hood down,
Okay. So
And
you
he's just
reveal
gonna-
exactly who you are.
and he's as he before he does that, I'm gonna say something.
Sure.
He's gonna say, "I know you know who we are."
He furrows his brow. He's not in. Well, his very little reaction. Rena, you notice that he looks a little confused, but only slightly so. Like there's clearly assumptions behind his eyes, but only as much. You only know that because you already know to look for that because you already knew that, right?
Yeah.
And then you pull down your hood.
Yep. And he'll say, "We're not here to hurt you."
He says, Rena and Ophios. And he turns behind him and says, it's Rena the Destroyer and her companion Ophios, the Snake Man. I don't understand why they're here. Again, that spot, just take care of it. And then looks back at the two of you. Says, what happened to Yondis?
He's not with us.
He bows his head for a moment. Says, my condolences. Were you looking to bring him outside?
No.
What took his life?
He's alive.
Oh. I'm sorry. When you said he's not with us, I thought you meant... And then he looks at Ophios as he's, again, able to read Ophios, but not Rena. He's able to read Ophios perfectly, and he says, that's not Yondis. Who is it?
This is our friend, Elijah.
Is Yondis isn't here?
Just not at the moment, no.
So his family's collected him.
We don't know.
Ophios is just looking away.
Okay. He sees Ophios look away and he says, you being coy to Rena. Yondis is dead.
It doesn't matter whether he's here or not. We're here.
And what matters is you know us, and we've encountered you in this temple before.
We've encountered each other before. He says, I have perfect recollection of everything I've ever experienced in my life.
Except the loop you're in.
The loop that I'm in? He says, looking at you, and he looks at Rena and says, clearly you've been inside the water. He is not. Is he the one that's gone perhaps a bit loopy?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh. Like referring to Elijah?
no, him. Because he said the loop that you're in.
Oh,
And he's like,
oh,
you've
he's
obviously
asking.
been-
I
yeah.
see.
He's like,
Okay, sorry, catch
that
up.
mofo cray cray?
No, he's serious, and you could tell that I'm not lying.
He actually takes a half step forward and he's like, actually, it is hard to read you because you've obviously are experiencing what I am.
I have.
And read
yes.
me.
What do you mean by loop?
You run through this temple in a cycle. Your friends and companions are invisible to us and are not there.
He furrows his brow and looks over at them. No, they're right. And does that strange thing where it's like almost like his mind is like moving back and forth, like there's multiple layers of it. His hands, once again, like multiple layers of him as he's kind of like pulling himself through like the time loop or whatever it is that's going on. Oh, I have. I've been here before.
Enough chatting. We have limited time before you have to go.
What
Please.
happens on the second floor?
I've not been on the I've been on the second floor before. Second floor. We went up there. There was no combat. We fought nothing, but our minds were, our bodies were, we had to sleep. We had to rest to allow things to play their course, to allow... One of us went into a room and it was too much. It took rest for him to awaken. Another of us, I became, and you almost see he's like having like a physical reaction. Like he's like physically reacting to something like it's really hurting him. And he looks up and says, do not drink the water. Do not drink the water. Oh, the bucket.
We want. You've told us about the water before. What about the room? How long did it take for your companion to wake?
Time is different. We needed a rest, a full rest. I'm sorry, I've been there so many times. We needed a full rest. Hours, but hours weren't hours. It took time.
And what happened when he awoke?
He returned to us. He just had seen things. He had seen things. I'm sorry. I'm just, you're asking me to look ahead of where I've been, and I've been there many times before. It's hurting my mind. I can't look ahead of where I've already been.
I'm sorry. I just
Fair.
don't know where you are on the second floor.
Allow him to go. His aid is more useful later.
And when you kind of like allow him to go, he just kind of, and same thing, he just like snaps around a couple times in the room and then flies upstairs past you guys, super fast, like, gone.
Rena, I need to tell you something.
Tell me what?
Do you remember when we fought that first loper, the first loper you fought?
Yes,
when we
I remember.
got trapped and were moving slower compared to the rest of the world.
What do you
compared to
mean?
where the loper was.
Is that
bubble.
happening?
That's this floor. On my way down the steps, I recognized it. I felt it. The slowing.
So
This
room,
floor, time moves slower here. So waiting up there, it will take longer for those to pass through this floor. You understand?
So every level, time flows faster.
As far as we know. Perhaps only the bottom floor is the slower one.
Perhaps it's best that we came back down. Would it be worth it to even continue knowing that?
Needless to say, we need to take care of whatever on this floor as quickly and as efficiently as possible and get back up. Do you still believe putting him in the water will work?
Salant said they waited. I mean, and by a full rest, I'm sure.
And bad
Night.
things happened, if I recall.
I don't think
Can't-
waiting is the answer.
I agree. So
He didn't say bad things happened, because obviously Reno would be able to perfectly remember what he had said before.
okay, yeah.
He more or less just said by waiting, more time passed than they expected. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is the end of the world. It was just like, I woke up with a beard. Okay, well, like, so more or less like, it wasn't like, oh, I slept for 8 hours. It was like, oh no, that was time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a concern for Ophios
Yeah. I think
because
the
his
sooner,
lifespan is short.
I think the sooner we can wake him, the better. And I
Alright.
do think it's worth a shot.
Then perhaps we run.
Okay. She's gonna go through the hall back to that room.
So we're
Oops.
here. Whoa!
What happened to Elijah? Oh God.
Elijah's mind got warped entirely.
Oh, we
Elijah,
broke him.
can you see everything?
We ran too fast.
You good? Good? Can you see it all?
He's
You good?
So, Ophios is going to walk into the water, Scott, with the barrier still on, and then he's going to break concentration.
With Elijah?
Yeah.
Ooh, are you gonna walk in like so as the water's like rippling around the barrier? Are you gonna like are you gonna intentionally try to keep the barrier on you as you touch the water so you have an overlap?
Yeah.
Okay. As you have that overlap, I need you to make me 2 saves. You're gonna have to give me a moment to see what they are though, because I'm a dummy and didn't open this first.
I mean, I did this before, so.
No, but you never actually touched the water. The water rippled away.
Right.
So if you're actually like getting somewhat submerged, that's a different thing. 1 second. I'm almost there.
Because my
There it
goal,
is.
I know last time I tried to let it pass through and it didn't do anything.
But you also didn't go very much in, right?
Right.
Yeah, it was barely. So if you're like getting your whole leg in there, or like we get down to the calf sort of a thing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make me 2 saves. Constitution save and charisma save.
All right. I'm going to do the Constitution one first. Yikes. And then charisma.
Are you happy with those rolls?
I'm gonna
You guys
luck
do
the
remember you have
charisma.
Winifred's wisdom. Each of you do. It was gifted to you
Yeah.
last. Okay.
I lucked the charisma.
Cool. So with your charisma save there, that's fine. So what ends up happening is, unfortunately, as you try to mix the two of them together, it is genuinely just too much for you. Too much to try to have concentration on both of these things at the same time, as one's flowing in and hitting your mind and the other one's kind of like still taking a degree of concentration in your mind to hold on to. But you don't have the ability to take this like kinetic energy or force or barrier or whatever it is. You don't have the ability to take that and just like allow it to disperse or to like release it, right? Instead, what ends up happening is it implodes on you. It actually wreaks havoc on you internally instead of externally, like you would kind of hope it would. Unfortunately, with your failed save there, things don't go very well for you.
Oh shit.
So as it like explodes inwards with kinetic energy, it literally wreaks havoc on you, so boom, and blows into you, dealing to you 24 points of damage. And as you can see, I rolled garbage.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you rolled garbage because that would have hurt a lot more. One.
It's funny, the numbers on I have 2 screens here, and the numbers rolled differently on the 2 screens. It's funny because like on my DM screen, the top 2 dice are a 1 and a 2. And on my screen that Twitch chat can see, my top 2 dice are a 5 and a 4. So it's funny, so that 5 and 4 at the top of the screen are actually a 1 and a 2. That's a huge difference. That's a 6-point difference. But anyways, that's fine. It's weird that it did that.
So I'm at half health.
Correct.
Well, a little over.
Just
half.
over, yeah. Yep, so it blows you inwards, like, as you feel like all that energy like blast in and like wreak havoc on everything inside of you. But you still have the same kind of limitless awakening that Rena experienced, and I suppose at least a lot before that, where like colors seem brighter. Your vision seems to expand. You have memories that bring you all the way back, if you choose to focus on them, to your earliest years, to your earliest days. Because being a Sloko, you're not like others, where you're an infant, a baby, right? For like, where you're a useless brain for like 5-6 years. You actually have a useless brain only for the first like couple of weeks, and then it comes online. So you remember down to like the earliest weeks details. You remember your master, Ka. You remember so much stuff. The fact that I remembered that name, chat, is impressive. You think all these earliest things, you can remember all the way back to then. It's crazy. Like as everything comes online, looking at Rena, the two of you now suddenly have this deeper understanding of each other than you ever have before. By actually both experiencing this water and seeing each other, both of you in this super elevated state, it's almost like being drunk with your best friend for the first time or something like that, right? Like it gives you guys this just deeper understanding and enriched moments. Both of you guys don't have this eternal insight on each other like you did before. You're almost back to neutral with like a step up. So you just have this like super deep understanding of yourselves and each other moving forward. So conversations almost happen like super fast. Like Rena would go to say something to you like, do you think that, and you would know what she's talking about, and you just give it like a slight nod or a slight facial expression. She would understand what that meant, as though you would respond it with like 3 sentences. It's just like super intuitive understanding moving forward. So while clearly you, the PCs, are going to role play stuff out, it's going to happen so much quicker from the character's perspective. So feel free to describe what your character's doing at the same time that you're obviously role-playing, because we're only just humans here. So, continue.
So now that Ophios is in here, Rena initially saw him probably like kind of keel over in pain.
Yeah, and she'd
probably,
be wondering, basically ready to ask him if he's okay, and he'd probably be like, "Oh no, I'm fine," but like not say that.
Yeah, and well, what you see is he keels over in pain, and then suddenly he gets a rush, like, and widens his eyes, and just kind of starts looking about, and just kind of reaches out for you to hand him Elijah.
So she would know and just pass him over.
Now, this is going to be interesting, Scott. Ophios is going to cover his mouth and pinch his nose with one hand and just kind of bring him underneath the water.
Oh, sure.
I think he has to be fully submerged.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those things where he dips his head, but his head stays above it. It's just in case it splashes.
Cool. You submerge him. I'll deal with that afterwards. Don't worry,
he said no. We're not submerging him.
Submerge him, but like this.
Yeah, so his head stays above, but it's like you know how it's like I leave his.
You
face
saw your
above
parents
the
do a
water.
dance move before. You know what I'm talking about.
Scott. It's so his face remains above water.
I gotcha though. That's fine.
Okay.
And you so you're doing like the cradle, you know? Gotcha.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, you are nothing happens from your perspective.
All right, Ophios will just kind of pull him out and just shake his head and just be like, he would say it didn't do anything. And while at the same time he reaches into his haversack and grabs one of those potions of greater healing, because I have that.
While you're doing that, she would just
8d4 plus 8. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta mark it off.
Oh.
Now we are down to 4.
Glad we hoard things.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yep.
Guess what? I'm at full health again.
Woo.
Kudos. What do you boys do now?
We are heading back upstairs based off the sprinting that we did.
Before that, though.
Okay, go ahead.
I think Salant was right. We're gonna have to wait. But I don't know if we should wait on the second floor.
We might need to push past to the third. If all the floors are slower, just like the first is slower than the second, perhaps we won't have to wait as long.
So you think it's happening, like it would take even longer if we waited on this level?
Correct.
Are we interpreting that right, Scott?
You honestly have no clue. So it's 100% your judgment call. He thinks it'd go by quicker upstairs.
That's what you think.
And I think possibly the third floor would be quicker than the second.
But it may not take that long for him to come to. Maybe that was their mistake, waiting on the second floor. It took longer because time was passing faster.
Remember, time outside this bubble that we are in on this first floor moves faster. It's like when we were stuck in slow motion compared to when we were outside of the bubble. Therefore, time moves slower here, in the sense that we move slower relative to the overall universal time. Things seem to move normal, but outside they're moving faster. I believe we age faster in here. The longer we are in here, the more the world changes on the outside. In the overall time spectrum, we would age faster. If this is slower than the floor above, that's what I'm saying it felt like. When I walked down here, it felt like we were walking into a slow motion bubble.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The only other option is if we try and leave the palace and bring him outside to the real world and then try and re-enter. But that's another problem in and of itself that I do not want to face. So I'm thinking our best bet is third floor, not second. We know the way up. We know how to get there.
I understand your logic behind it. I just don't know. And perhaps it may not make a difference.
Do we leave it to fate then?
I suppose we were going to head up there anyway.
Scott, with my heightened awakening, would I have a thought? Because Ophios would think about it if he could do the mirror again and have the mix there. Do I have to concentrate with this?
Oh,
magic that I
you
currently
honestly
have?
think because of like the way it racked your mind, you honestly think that it's probably well beyond your ability that it was well beyond your ability to have these two. I mean, maybe if you practice hard enough, right combinations, so on and so forth. But God, you don't think that you're going to be able to capture both of them simultaneously.
Fair. So then he would just want to head up. This also, because this magic that I currently experience, I don't have to concentrate on, correct?
It's just there.
Great. That means I can use detect magic again.
Well, it kind of is taking your concentration, but spells like detect magic you can definitely do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So something like that.
Okay.
If it was something more intense than just simply detecting magic, I'd bring it up. But for something like detect magic, you're fine.
So like if I cast Hex, because Hex is more intense.
Yeah, and that's still a maybe. It all depends on what's kind of going on at the moment. So
Correct.
because overstimuli, you know what I mean?
Right,
So-
right. That was more or less my question, because the other one did not allow me to use detect magic, so it was more or less, I wanted to understand that.
How many floors can I remember there being, like, from...
You
I never
couldn't
saw
know-
it from
you
the
couldn't-
outside, huh?
It looked like it went on for forever.
Yep, it was endless.
Oh.
You have no idea.
So you
how
want to
much-
just rush to the third floor now, Rena?
The cat pooped. It smells like cat poop. Yeah.
Thanks for that announcement.
I hate cats.
Did it at least poop in its litter box and bury it?
I mean, sure, yeah, but it still smells.
Right. But normally it smells worse if they don't bury it.
Oh no. I don't know. That the litter box is around the corner.
It's possible it's being angry and didn't bury it because it wants to fumigate you.
It's very possible. I hate cats. Somebody want a
Serena.
cat? Anybody want a cat? I'll mail it to you.
Third
I'll bring
floor?
it to USPS. So like, how many stamps to mail a cat?
She's trying to ask, how much of this temple do you want to explore?
It's hard to say how many floors there are, but until we figure all of it out, it seems useless to be here.
But if there
Perhaps
are no
we have to find their master, and the knowledge would be at the top.
And if, well, okay. Let's at least try to get Elijah awake.
Yeah. So third floor?
I guess so.
All right, Scott.
Hold on. So you guys go up to the second floor first,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
and obviously, I changed my map, but not yours. You guys go up to the second floor. And while on the second floor, you decide that you're going to make your way over to the third floor, correct?
Correct. So this way.
And again, Elijah, you can move yourself to follow the way that they're moving. Okay, or
Oh,
just
no, that was downstairs.
teleport.
Where? Which way is it?
Who, me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. On my screen, I didn't teleport. I went like here, 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 here.
Oh,
here.
we did not see that update. We say go.
Yeah. It was. That's. I should have just kept clicking and dropping because that's
like Rena. Rena went.
So the ultimate question now, we're
Oh.
stuck here with an impasse of two choices.
I think both go to the same place. I don't think.
I don't think so.
Really?
There wouldn't be 2 stairs that go up if they went to the same spot.
If I stand at the like kind of like the entrance of the stairwell, do I get any sort of feeling, Scott? Like I did with the doors?
Anticipation.
Okay, just wondering.
Care to flip a coin?
Sure.
I hate cats.
She'll pull
Tails
out a
is
gold.
left, heads is right.
Wait, what?
Tails is left.
Oh, tails
heads
is left,
right.
heads is right. Sorry.
Which,
Slash R 1d2.
which one was heads? Which one was tails?
Tails
Is
is left,
one-
heads is right.
So
Oh.
one is heads and
You did
2
1
is
and 2.
tails?
You can't decide which one is which when you say
Okay.
head.
All right.
Yeah. Tails is left, heads is right.
Why did that roll? Oh. So left.
All right. So we're apparently going up to this one. Scott.
Before I have you guys go upstairs, because it's been a while, why don't we take a quick break? And I have to ask Josh a question really quickly because something. So I'm gonna ask Josh a question really quickly. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back.